Okay, class, now let's come back to a group and we're going to discuss what we talked about in our pairs, okay? So you should have been either Stanley or the warden, those were the characters you were, and you should have talked about how do you feel about digging holes, so what your character thinks about that. So we're going to take turns sharing our thoughts about this question, and be sure that you say which character you were before you share your thoughts so that everyone knows what you're talking about, okay? So Katie, how does your character feel about digging holes?
So me and Sydney were Stanley, and we were thinking that he was really hot, and like, he shouldn't even be there, so he's like, why am I doing this? This is dumb.
Great.
I wanna go home.
Yeah. And Sydney, did you have anything to add to?
Yeah, well, the same thing, he probably felt like he shouldn't be there, and also he might have been lonely, like he was missing his family, or just didn't really know why he was there.
Yeah, those are both great thoughts. Will you each come up and write just a little bit about what you said so that we can all remember? Or one of you, it doesn't matter. You can represent your group, Katie.
Okay.
Go ahead and write under your character what they thought. Awesome, thank you so much. Okay, and Chelsea, can you go ahead and kind of talk about what this group just shared?
So they were Stanley, and they said that he was probably feeling really hot and maybe a little bit angry about being there because he didn't actually steal the shoes, and he probably misses his family a lot, his mom and dad and grandpa, and probably kind of lonely because all the guys are kind of mean to him at first. And something I thought you could add also is he was probably really thirsty.
Yeah, it's definitely hot out there. Very dry. Okay, excellent. Great job restating. So now, Maddie, can you tell us how your character felt about digging holes?
So we talked about the warden, and
Good.
we thought the warden thought it's good for these kids because it builds character when they dig holes. And we also talked about how she had an ulterior motive behind them digging holes.
Okay, great. You said she had an ulterior motive. What was that motive?
She was trying to find treasure.
Treasure. Okay, awesome. Could you come up and write on the board what you just said for the class? Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so Maddie just kind of talked about what the warden was feeling. Sydney, could you kind of restate what she said about how the warden felt about digging holes?
Yeah, so the warden probably felt good because she saw all these troubled boys in that digging holes built character. And also she has this treasure that she's trying to find, and so it helps her out because she has all these people digging holes for her, so it makes her job a little bit easier too.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for participating.